first thing I want to get to is the big UFC. Oh God, the big UFC brawls, the UFC fights last night at the White House. Donald Trump, for the 250th birthday of the United States of America, coming up on July 4th. He planned a few things, and this was one of them. And they set up a big octagon there on the White House lawn, and they had a shitload of people watching on the lawn of the White House. And then outside the gate, they set up big screens and had a shitload of people out there watching. And it looked like a good time was had by most. You know, there's always people that are going to cause some shit. And the national anthem and then the flyover, they had the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds, both in their F-18s and the F-16s, respectively. And they did a flyover right at the, freedom part. Guy's singing, and he says freedom, and it was fucking awesome. Jets are amazing. Warplanes, just astounding. So that was cool. And the national anthem sounded great. Some good harmonies in there it was traditional, a traditional rendition of the national anthem. And that always brings up the old goosebumps. So that was cool. And then it's fight time. They had, whatever. I've kind of lost interest in UFC, to be quite honest. Like, I'll watch clips when they pop up on social media. Oh, look at this guy. He fucking choked this guy out or kicked him in the face and he knocked up. Of course, I'm going to watch those. But I couldn't keep track of any of the fighters anymore. I don't know who fucking, is Tito still fighting? Maybe not that long ago, but yeah, I kind of lost interest. But it was kind of cool that they set it up on the White House. Of course, the left, the Democrats and liberals are talking about it like it was like the end of the Roman Empire, Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
And together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining. Bread and circuses, Coliseum, the games, all that. You could. I don't fault people for bringing that up, because it's entertainment. It's done by Donald Trump, the president, at the White House. And I've said it right from the start. It is odd. It's a little odd, and it's not normal. But with every president comes their personality, their unique personality as to who they are and what they believe in. What do they like? What do they don't like? And most of that usually comes out in policy and in statements that they make that concern politics and world events. But sometimes it comes out in events, things that they want to do, things that they enjoy, and things they believe the American people would enjoy. And Trump has been a very unique president. Love him or hate him, you can't deny he has been unlike any other president we've ever had, for good or bad. And why wouldn't he do something that is a little odd, a little different, a little strange? And it was. But I don't see it at all as a bad thing. They're trying to call it idiocracy. Yeah, I don't see it that way. I don't see that it's idiocracy. The vast majority of America, of Americans, like it. regardless of what you hear from the liberals, and mainstream media likes to make America think that their idea of something and their opinions of something are the majority of America. It isn't. They're the proverbial squeaky wheel. The left will yell and scream. They're backed by the mainstream media, which could put their bullshit out to the four corners of the world and make it seem like it's the popular opinion. But if you look at sports in this country and what people enjoy, you know, the Midwest, the Southwest, you get monster truck shows that pack out. Motocross is huge. Motorcycle racing, NASCAR. These are huge fucking things, bigger than any other sporting events. You know, NASCAR is a huge, very popular thing with America. Liberals don't like it. It's not their cup of tea, not their cup of jizz, those fruits. But, you know, they're just not the noisy people. They're not the ones that are bitching and complaining about everything. And the mainstream media doesn't look at what they do and what they enjoy and present it accurately as a majority of the country. So when there were motorcycles on ramps doing flips on the White House lawn, you know, people that are from places like New York and Chicago and LA look and go like, oh, that's a little odd. And other people go, oh my God, it's fucking the end of the Roman Empire. But truth be told, it's just entertainment that a lot of Americans like and enjoy. That is the truth. But the left was trying to make it seem like a terrible thing. And it was kind of cool. You know, there was some cringy, douchey moments. And I'll bring up, you know, whatever that guy's name was, the fighter that said that, hold on, Michelle Obama. God damn it. I was petting the dog. There's dog hair on my face and fucking pollen. Called Michelle Obama a man. Look, it's a lunkhead UFC guy. The fight, it was a UFC event. These guys, a lot of them, not known for their tact, not known for their ability to determine what's appropriate at any given moment. Over the course of the years of UFC, you know, Dana White has taken some shit from some of the stuff his fighters have said. Dana's been from the school of thought that, hey, I don't tell them what they can or can't say. And, you know, over the course of history of the UFC, he said some dumb shit. I don't think what he said was dumb shit. I think it's funny in certain contexts. I think it was inappropriate at that moment. But again, he's a fucking dumb UFC guy. Been hit in the head a few times. Who cares? And then trying to say Donald Trump owes an apology. Donald Trump needs to disavow. Donald Trump needs to fuck that. Why is he responsible for what some lunkhead says at a UFC event, even if it is on the White House lawn? He's not. And believe me, if you kowtow to the liberals and Donald Trump was like, I want to disavow, they'd figure some other way to turn that into a problem and call Trump a piece of shit for disavowing. Oh, we could disavow, but he had the event. He never should have allowed it to happen. There's no placating them. There's no satisfying the left. They are fucking morons. They're mentally ill, and they cannot be reasoned with. So if they demand apologies or disavowing something, the second you do it, they'll just pile on more. They want you to apologize. They want to demean you and degrade you and continue fucking with you no matter how much you give them that they're asking from you. So fuck them. Fuck that. The big dummy. What are you going to do? You expect class and tact out of a meat-headed UFC fighter. Just stop. Just stop it. But it looked like a successful event. A lot of people showed up. People liked it. People that were watching thought it was great. And yeah. So that is what happened last night at the UFC event. Let me see if I got something from the event. There it is. I got so much stuff today. Oh my God. No. Everyone saw it, so it doesn't really matter. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. People have seen clips and whatnot. Oh, here's the actual guy, Josh Hockett. Josh Hockett. He's the one. And yeah, because I also kind of want to point out Joe Rogan's take or his reaction, actually, to what's going on here. So play this. So, yeah, he's no dummy. I mean, Rogan understands he can't be going, oh, that's fucking hilarious. Thanks. He knows, like, you can't do that. You're only feeding the fucking morons. They're all over social media today. A beautiful woman like Michelle Obama. And people are, bitching that this is proof of America's racism. How is it racist? He didn't drop the N-bomb. He said she looks like a man. It's hard to argue. And that this just proves that America looks at black women as unattractive, masculine, no femininity to them. If the crock fits, if the bonnet fits. So, yeah, it's not like he said anything that hasn't been said plenty of times. And look, I don't believe that Michelle Obama is a man. But it's been a running joke for quite some time. She's a very large gal. She has a man's face and a man's shoulders and build. And there have been some strange videos that have come out where it looks like she's got. Saw them at the Palladium, opened up for Molly Hatchet. So, dummies will say dumb shit at dumb times, and that's all this was. Relax. It's not systemic racism rearing its ugly head. But some people, they got very upset with it. I guess, who is it? Sunny Hostin on The View and The View gals. They, of course, had something to say about the event, about Trump, about calling Michelle Obama a man. And, of course, the audience is just lapping it all up. Lap up that liberal fucking victim slop. So let's watch the gals from The View.
Last night, you know who celebrated his 80th birthday at an event billed as UFC Freedom 250, featuring cage matches on the South Lawn of the White House. White House denies accusations that he's cashing in on the event, saying there's no conflict of interest because you know whose assets are in a trust managed by his kids. If it's in a trust and I'm managing it, maybe he's not going to get no money. But if it's in a trust and his kids are managing it, they might get some money. He might get some money. But that's
fucking standard operating procedure.
There was also one fighter who used his victory speech to make a derogatory slur against former First Lady Michelle Obama. What did you make of yesterday's event?
I do want to address the derogatory slur made about the former First Lady Michelle Obama, because I think it's important to address. And we won't dignify what was said by repeating it, but you should look it up. And I think the reason that it's important is because for a long time, and the roots are in slavery, black women have been...
could you pause? The roots are in slavery. Really? Michelle Obama is a big woman. She's been, they've been goofing on her forever since she became first lady, as far as her being a man, whatever. It's the running joke. It's the gag that is attached to her. How the fuck does this asshole pull slavery out as far as this goes? And by the way, let's all not forget that Sonny Hostin's ancestors, her genealogy was looked at, her ancestry was looked at. Her relatives, her ancestors owned slaves. They had a plantation and owned slaves. That's why she doesn't look absolutely black. There's a little of that, maybe the slave owner went into the shanty one night and the Hostin line was made. So, you want to talk about slavery. It's your own fucking great-great-grandparents. So, but she's talking about Michelle and all black women as far as the femininity and looking like a man goes. So continue.
Slurred and made to feel that they were unattractive, made to feel that they were masculine, made to feel that they didn't have the femininity that a white woman would have. And so there's this intersectionality between racism and sexism that was on full display at the White House. The crowd laughed at the statement, and the President of the United States smirked and never addressed what was said. That is beneath the dignity of the office of the President of the United States, and it's beneath the dignity of the American people.
I'll tell you, I didn't watch 1 second of that UFC fight because
Good for
that
you.
does not celebrate America's 250th anniversary. That does not signify America's best values. And I'll tell you, he is so obsessed with the Obamas. They live rent-free in their head. But I'm going to tell you how I'm going to celebrate the 250th anniversary. Number one, I am going to, on Thursday, is the opening of the Obama Center in Chicago. And so,
wow. Oh, look at that beautiful building.
I'm going to be celebrating the fact that he was the first black president elected in this country.
Half black.
In 50 years. So you can tune in and you can watch the live stream. And the other thing I'm going to do to celebrate the birthday of America is come November, I'm going to show up and I'm going to vote out the federalist Republicans who are putting no accountability on this administration.
I like that.
Are you legal? They're so predictable. They're so fucking just myopic. The audience, oh God, they're fucking, it's disgusting. I love it. Can't get enough hate watching stuff. I love a good hate watch, don't you? So what? So fucking what? Do you know how much goofing they did about Gerald Ford's wife, Betty Ford? They would make fun of her because she was a drunk. She was an alcoholic. And she went on to found the Betty Ford Clinic, which was one of the first real big clinics to treat alcoholism. She was ragged on relentlessly. Jokes were made about her for being a drunk. And instead of crying about it and having people, whine about her being called a drunk, she went and built the Betty Ford Center. Pretty fucking righteous. Nixon, who was it? No, Tricia Nixon was the daughter. Pat. I think it was Pat Nixon. She was ragged on. Like, presidents' wives are just, they're fodder for jokes. That's what happens. And now let's come to Donald Trump. Do you honestly think that our First Lady, Melania Trump, isn't the butt of so many fucking jokes in this country. And not only jokes, horrible things that they've said about her over the course of Trump's 2 presidencies so far. So what the fuck? Who gives a shit? She's a big, ugly, manly looking woman. And to speculate that there's a between her legs is funny. Appropriate to make that joke all the time, anywhere you are? Probably not. Probably not. But, people make fun of it. That's what we do. It has nothing to do with slavery. It was not a racist comment at all. But, of course, Sonny Hostin and company has to make it racist because that's all they have. It's all they fucking have is racism. Victimhood based on the fact that the whole country is piling on and being racist and mean. And every day we watch videos of black people killing white people. And more energy and concentration is put on the poor black people having to survive this horrible, oppressive environment that is the United States of America 2026. And then the next day, more white people are murdered by black people and nothing's said about that. And then, but the poor black people. Enough already. Enough. Let's see the truth for what it is and comment on that. Let's talk about the shit behavior and the murders and assaults and rapes and every other godforsaken fucking thing that is perpetrated on white America by black people. And then we just turn around and go, slavery. Oh, Michelle Obama. Who gives a fuck about Michelle fucking Obama? Who gives a shit that she looks like a man? So there'll be jokes made that she has a... Who gives a fuck? I give a fuck about, a college student, a white college student being shot to death over his cell phone. A young athlete being stabbed in the chest by a black kid because he felt disrespected that he was told to leave the tent. A store owner that was stabbed to death by a 17-year-old black kid because he wouldn't sell him cigarettes because he didn't have ID. So instead of going, all right, and leaving, he stabbed the store owner to death. The litany of white women raped by black men and the statistically zero accounts of white men raping black women, which goes back to the fact that the man face, the fucking man body, the zero femininity. Imagine a group of women that even twisted, sick, degenerate men don't want to rape. That's got to be a real confidence downer. I heard a beep. It's not a smoke detector, I assure you. Yeah, so fuck that. Fuck them. Fuck you. So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.